Breaking on Sky News, Bedfordshire Police have released a CCTV image of suspect Nandona Mukanyisi, who is wanted for a triple murder in Great Denham. Police say he goes by the name Mark and is believed to have left from Heathrow Airport on Saturday. Now, I know what you're thinking. He's got like a year-round tan and his surname sounds like the alphabet vomited. However, he goes by the name Mark. And he fled from Heathrow Airport. So he's basically, he's as English as King Alfred was. Right then, I don't know about you lot, but I'm feeling particularly enriched today, yeah? Maybe he's not quite as enriched as the three innocent victims of Mr. Mukanyisi, but I'm getting there. Before I jump into the story proper, however, I need to quickly segue into something a little bit pop culture related. Now, as you all know, I defer to my old pal, the Despot of Antrim, when it comes to making cinema videos, so you should just go and follow him rather than listening to me. But if you haven't heard, Christopher Nolan has made The Odyssey. For some bizarre reason, he's cast, the casting makes no sense, there's no Greeks in it, and the woman who's playing Helen of Troy, who's supposed to be the most beautiful face in the world, the face that launched 1,000 ships, basically the woman playing her looks like shaved Chewbacca. So I'm not really feeling it. No, I suggest you don't either, but the reason I'm bringing this up is because people replying to this tweet made me aware of the fact that lots of you lot don't know about the Bootneck's boycott list, specifically two of the big boys, and I feel I should remind you all. First of all Arena here was asking me what the deal is with Ben & Jerry's. They are perhaps the most woke company on earth. The two blokes that run that company have been gobbing off aggressively, spewing commie gibberish into cyberspace for about a decade, so if you're still buying their shite, I suggest you stop. Personally, being a tight-fisted northerner, I find that the price affects the taste of something. You know, like when you're a teenager and you pinch a bottle of milk off someone's doorstep, it tastes a lot nicer than something you have to buy with your own money. And I find, as a result of that tight-fistedness, the cheap shite from Aldi, mint choc chip from Aldi, tastes just as good as Ben & Jerry's does, so get that instead. And again, the point I'm making here is, it's not about the product. I'm not suggesting Ben & Jerry's doesn't taste good. It's just fat and sugar, isn't it? But it is made by out-communists. So, sorry, limousine liberals, aren't they really? They're definitely wealthy. So don't buy it. And secondly, someone even responded to this and said, what did Yorkshire Tea do? If you're not aware of that one, Yorkshire Tea fully had a pop at Laura Towler back in the day, and then they went on the offence and started posting on Twitter saying, if you are right wing, don't buy our tea. So definitely don't do that. Personally, I switched to Ringtons because I think it's better, and it is. Geordie Tea, they've never posted anything woke, and it tastes great. I'm a big fan of them, as many of you know, because some of you have sent me in the past. Incidentally, if you want some shit art that's signed by me, DM me on Twitter. You send me tea, I'll send you shit art. It's a fair deal. Right, back to the main story, however. Here he is. Year-round tan, obviously. The police are urging him to hand himself in. Definitely won't. Nadana Mixani Tumor. That's a very apt name for a man like this, isn't it? Tumor. Because he's a tumour on the bollocks of humanity in general, and Britain in particular. His 42-year-old wife, his 15-year-old daughter, and his 5-year-old daughter done them all in Denham. Unbelievable. Shocking behaviour. But it's just part of the rich tapestry that is modern Britain, isn't it? Bedfordshire Police released the image of him, and then as usual, the completely pointless, toothless, useless British Bobby spends all of his time urging him to hand himself in. Oh, 3 innocent people lost their lives, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, people that do that to 5-year-olds, they're not interested in what you've got to say, lefty copper. They couldn't give a single shite. Definitely not. A conscience is not something they are in receipt of, these people. that they are detestable scum, and you, no doubt, thought it was a good idea to let him in the first place. He then continues with his pointless, toothless threats and says, please do the right thing. Do the right thing. Like, after you've just done the wrongest thing possible, you're definitely going to do the right thing now, aren't you? Of course he is. Makes loads of sense. Police said Mr. Tumour, on the arse of humanity, was travelling on a UK passport and is a British citizen of Zimbabwean heritage. Nah, I'm not having that. I'm not having that. He's got a British passport now. He's got a UK passport, so he's as English as you and your granddad and your granddad's granddad. Doesn't matter how long they've been in the UK, that's the way it works. You know this. You all know this. That outcommie was on the news this morning, wasn't she? Saying that she's, even though she's English and she's faking the Scottish accent, now she's going to support Norway after she supported Mexico. Yeah, to those people who practice that ideology, Dave the Geordie, who's 47% Scottish according to his DNA on Ancestry.com, he's got nothing in common with the Scots. Get away. But blokes like Mr. Tumour, moved to Glasgow in 2023 from the Horn of Africa, get a council house, and you're as Scottish as Rab C. Nesbitt, Angus McTatty, and William Wallace. Everybody knows it. Makes loads of sense. Then, it's all bollocks. And it just gets down to how thoughts and prayers, very much with Zandil and Naya. Oh yeah, love them and love them and love them and thoughts and prayers. Listen, right, you know what? I'm not reading any more of this bollocks. I'm sick and tired of hearing platitudes, pointless, mealy-mouthed platitudes from ignoramuses that collapse the borders of Europe, right? I don't care about thoughts and prayers. The dead can't read the newspapers, funny old thing. It's pointless. If he's already ended these 3 innocent people's lives, it's pointless talking to them, isn't it? They're not listening, they don't answer the phone, and they don't read The Guardian. Although, if you could read from beyond the grave, The Guardian would be at the absolute bottom of my reading list. How about, just for a change, with this latest enrichment, how about just for a change, we care about the still living, right? I'm not thinking about Zandil and Natalie and Nala because they have passed this veil of tears. I'm thinking about the victims of people like Mr. Tumour that are going to occur and lose their lives tomorrow and the day after and the month after and the year after, all right? I care nothing for the dead. Alas, they are beyond our assistance now. Do you remember that quote? Was it off Unforgiven? Where he says, it's a hell of a thing to take a man's life. You take everything he's got and everything he's ever going to be. Well, you know what the left wing believe now? It's a hell of a thing to take a man's life unless the person doing it is a migrant. Then, well, you've got to make excuses for them, haven't you? And they had a bad childhood and it's not their fault, and oppression and diversity and justice. Blah, 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 blah. And meanwhile, their bodies aren't even cold and they're going to open up the floodgates and they're going to let another 1,000 unvetted men in, just like Mr. Tumour, and he's going to get a free house and he's going to get a passport. And that's the way it works. And if your children get sacrificed on the altar of diversity, like the other 500,000 before them over the last 30 years, well, it doesn't matter, does it? Because it's all in pursuit of the message. Nice one. All right, are we done? I don't need to read you the rest of this shit, do I? Let's end on that. It's not about the product, it's about the message. Don't buy products from people that hate you. Don't go and see films made by people that hate you. And above all, don't vote for people that will put you in the ground. All right? That's me for the day. Also, all my views have tanked. I think yesterday was the first time in months that I didn't even get into 5 figures. There we are. 8,500 views I got yesterday. What a difference a couple of weeks makes. The good news is the authoritarian scum think that this will bother a man as stubborn as the Angry Bootneck. It won't. I've already decided I'm going to make another channel and I'm going to post twice as much in future. So there you go. You can suck on my stump, Silicon Valley. If you can be asked, please share this video and I will definitely see you tomorrow. All right. Thanks for tuning in. See you in a bit. Toodle pip. Cheers.